On the water issue, Governor, you were actually out fairly early in saying that you thought that a withdrawal from the rainy day fund on a one-time basis of $1 billion might be a good thing to jumpstart the state's water plan. Representative Larson on the House side agreed. He said $1 billion. Now Chairman Ritter and as of yesterday, Chairman Fraser are talking about needing $2 billion. In fact, Chairman Ritter last week in this very spot said $1 billion's not going to do it. Are you prepared to revise your wish list up to $2 billion from $1 billion?
Well, in the real world, we sit down, we calculate what we need, and then we come up with a number. I don't know today as I sit here whether the number needs to be 500 million or it needs to be a billion or 2 billion.
Right.
Just last night I was spent a number of hours last night with Chairman Fraser, with the Texas Water Development Board, reverse engineering. Over the next 4 to 5 decades, what do we need to do in order to provide enough drinking water, not only reservoirs, reuse, conservation, et cetera, for our urban areas where most of our population growth is going to be. In fact, according to the Water Development Board, some 75% of all of the growth in our population is going to be in 6 cities: Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, El Paso, and obviously along the valley and in South Texas. So the Water Development Board is still calculating what we need to be building, not just in our urban areas, but in our rural areas for all the rest of the state, because everyone has to be treated equally.
Did Chairman Fraser get out ahead of you in saying $2 billion? Did he not clear that with you before he came out and supported Chairman Ritter's point of view on this?
At the end of the day, Evan, we're going, oh, thanks very much. At the end of the day, we're going to end up with the resources necessary in order to build the water resources that we need. There's no other option.
Yeah, you're not foreclosing on $2 billion. You're just not there yet. You just don't know yet.
I don't know where the number. We see. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. People in Austin, people in your position, get hung up on a number. We're going.
Yes, we do.
We're going.
Yeah, we do.
We're going, let me say it again, we're going to provide the funds necessary. We have no other option. The state of Texas will stop. It'll stop in its growth unless we provide suitable water resources. We're going to have to come up with the solutions on our highways. Otherwise, they turn into parking lots.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things we can do in both areas that don't cost that much money, like in conservation, like in reuse, things of that nature. But my vision on the water is that we're going to have to address the whole state, not just these 6 urban areas. We're all in this together. But the first thing the state ought to be focusing on is the seed capital. And that's not in relative terms to the completed project.
It's not the whole $53 billion.
Well, yes, and let's not get hung up on $53 billion. That's just an estimate. If we build every single project that has been identified, 503 projects. I'm after more focusing priorities on those projects which we can bring on sooner, that are already, money has already been spent, we're down the road in permitting them, and we can bring them on at a very attractive price per acre foot. I'm very interested in that.
Do you think, Governor, given the fact that if this is a one-time withdrawal from the rainy day fund, it is subject to the rules of the legislature, which requires quite a number of your senators to support that withdrawal, 2/3 vote. This is not a very spendy legislature. And in fact, if you look at the composition of the Senate this session, it's a more conservative Senate than it was last session, with the 5 who left being replaced by 5 more conservative. Do you think you have the votes for $1 billion, $2 billion, for any kind of withdrawal from the rainy day fund?
I've got a lot of confidence in our Texas senators. I've got a lot of confidence in our Texas representatives. It's critical for the state. If we're going to stay number one, if we're going to if we're going to continue to provide extraordinary opportunity for the people of Texas and our children, if we're going to continue to be the mecca for job development in this country, then we have to invest in our infrastructure and make sure that our infrastructure is ready as our population over time doubles.
So you think you can sell it?
Grow some 5 to 7 million people per decade. You bet. At the end of the day, Every one of our Texas senators, every one of our Texas representatives wants to do the right thing.